Well, how about that? Another fabulous property that we have for sale at the moment. So don't forget to swing across and see Arabella at Charleston sometime. And as we said at the start of the show, if you fancy a wine, you might like to buy yourself a vineyard. So good luck with that. Now, with me at the moment and still is the SA Executive Director of the Australian Property Council, Nathan Payne. Nathan, we're going to have a look at a couple of emails. I've got one for you. An interesting one from April Champion. She would like to ask you about some posts she's seen about the rebranding of South Australia. She's been watching this on Twitter and wonder if you could tell her a bit more about what the competition involves.
Yeah, so obviously the Premier was in London recently and he talked about the need for South Australia to have a better marketing pitch across the country and across the globe. We took that baton, I guess. He's got the EDB or the Economic Development Board looking at it, but we took the baton and said, well, why don't we ask South Australians their view?
Yep.
And we'll put some cash on the line. So we've put $10,000 in prize money down on the line, and we're asking South Australians to submit their view as to what the brand should be for South Australia and to support that with a video.
Okay.
So if you want to win $10,000, here's your opportunity.
So grab your smartphone and...
Grab your smartphone, or go out and hire some actors, maybe create a 100% pure type New Zealand ad, or a so where the bloody hell are you type ad.
Okay. Yeah.
It's completely up to you.
Very topical at the moment.
It's
yes.
it's all about how do we sell ourselves to the world? What is our identity? What do we want to say to them that gets them to come here, invest money here, live here, and see South Australia as the place to be?
I reckon there's a lot to discuss in amongst all of that in terms of how we brand ourselves. So perhaps we might have a chat on that another day.
Sounds good. And Tim, there's a question here for you from Jay Eggers, who asks, he's looking to buy a property which has no advertised price. He asks, what is the best way to come up with an appropriate offer?
Okay, well, I think quite simply in that regard, my first port of call would be to suggest find yourself a real estate agent who can lend a little bit of advice and a hand along the way. Most agents will have statistics and details available, whether it's the person who's handling the sale or your preferred agent. Get their advice. The person who's selling the property, of course, is acting for their client, but they will and should happily pass on any recent sales within an area, and that should allow them to be able to make some reasonable assessment on what they should be paying for the property.
Fantastic.
Good. Listen, Nathan, great having you in. Good to catch up again. And as I said, we might have to have that chat about the rebranding again later on. So thanks for coming in.
Sounds good. Thanks, Tim.
All right, well, now we're going to go and have a look at some of our hot properties. Well, that's it for today's show. Be sure to remember to come along to our Blankets on the Move initiative to help out the Hutt Street Centre. If you're in the market for a new home, make sure you tune in next week, as one of these properties could be your new dream home. So we'll see you next week, Wednesday, 1 p.m, and now for some of our hot properties.